What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd. I'm back with some more Asian mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Set. His name is ChronoJJ. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is Dragon. The map is Marsh. This is game number 4 of this best of 5 series for the Old Man Showdown number 1. What you can expect from these Old Man Showdowns is multiple Old Man Showdowns. And it's basically just ChronoJJ versus the world. He tries to find people his own age to pick on, you know, because he's finding that the young whippersnappers are quite young and whippersnappery-ish. And he just can't keep up with them like he used to. They're running around and chasing everything and doing all the crazy stuff. And he's just not quite able to do that like he once did. So stay tuned for what the showdown match number 2 is going to be. But we're currently experiencing the first one ever. The first one ever. We are seeing that, ChronoJJ did exhaust both of his Ras now. He did manage to get wins on both of them, and he's got to be happy about that. So now he's going in with the Set against Dragon's Odin. And I do wonder if ChronoJJ has some ideas of going Anubis here. Anubis being one of Set's best chances against Odin. It's very much better to do Isis. If you're going for the Anubis play, though, the Isis Anubis is much better. But Set can do it as well. Set can convert a bunch of hunt, keep it safe, go for the Anubite raids. It's very high APM, very high intensity, and you really do need to have your brain switched on, which after 3 games, I'm not sure if ChronoJJ is going to be able to manage. But we'll see if he goes for it. The other options, of course, are just a standard classical fight here for Chrono. And you can see there's a forward gold mine here. And Chrono's going to see it. What I would love more than anything right now is to see ChronoJJ advance at like 415 and then shifting sands forward, right? Shifting sands forward right here. He hasn't seen it, but he's scouting with the Auroch. Shifting sands forward right here, build 2 or 3 barracks, and then just go for it. Go tar, go for it here, hit this location, force off that gold mine, and then you're going to force Dragon up to this location here instead of onto this gold mine. And you're going to be in a really good position. Follow that up with decent heroic age timing. It's really, really strong. And this is either a priest rush, which is absolute dynamic gold from ChronoJJ, or it's simply just going to be exactly what I said, except without shifting sands. It's slightly less economy, but it's so beautiful. Anubis, and then you do this attack, and it's going to be so difficult for Dragon to defend. The one thing the Dragon does have, which makes doing these cheese strategies, and part of why I was suggesting the shifting sands, is these Ravens will probably spot this. We'll see where it goes. We're going to be moving at 4.0 speed this way. Let's see. He's going to go straight over this temple, and he's going to know what he's up against. We will see some Hursa coming out. And what are we seeing? We're seeing Tar coming through. And the uptime is just so late here from ChronoJJ. 40% for Dragon, 22%. And it's actually not even Anubis. He's going Tar and he's building the box on the back here. He's going to be shifting away some army into the box. He's going to have the sentry tower. It does take a while to build this box. We'll see if he can do it. What's the relic? He's got Pigmount. Villager Rush? He has Pygmalion. This relic here, Pygmalion's statue, is easily the best. I say one of the best. It's an S+++ tier relic. So there's a couple of other relics that are as good as it. But it's only like really S+ tier for Set and Ra. And what you do with it, what you should try and do with it, is you just build the units in your base. You mass out a bunch of spears, a bunch of axemen, and then you vision shifting sands with all your villagers and you just kill your opponent. You get Skin of the Rhino if you're Ra. If you don't have Ra, it's fine. 91 HP villages. It's crazy. We do see that the army has been pushed off here. The Pharaoh and, what's his name? Shakespeare? No, Shepsesker. We'll see. He hasn't grabbed out the Pharaoh do extra damage against villagers technology just yet, the Hands of the Pharaoh, so he's not going to be able to do all too much against that, but we do see one barracks is up. There it is, Hands of the Pharaoh coming through. What is the unit of choice here? We do see that the Valkyrie coming in, going to be doing a little bit of damage. There are no priests in the base here for ChronoJJ, and Dragon, unfortunately, isn't paying attention to his Valkyries. He's being hit here in the front here. It looks like the what are they called? Hyena of Set, Gazelle of Set, getting targeted down. The Hursa does get picked off. That's a good trade there. 3 units there to pick off 1 Hursa. We have to remember there is still that shifting sands which ChronoJJ wants to use. We'll see if he's baiting here. Looks like he is baiting. No, he's just going to be retreating away. We do see a single Axeman. If I was him, I would shifting sands this away right now. It's a lot of damage there. There's the shift, pulls them in, gates it up, trying to get the Pharaoh out of here, and he will manage to get the Pharaoh out. And now he can pick these guys off. We'll be trying to get out of this wooden wall here. Leave them. Attack. Well, he's going to empower. Okay, empower the watchtower is fine as well, because it does 100% extra damage. I think it does. Yes, it does do more damage because that's only 14 damage per second instead of 16 damage per second. So empowering the watchtower is the better move. And it looks like all of these units will be falling as ChronoJJ still making Axemen. He needs to make Spearmen here. The Axemen are great against the Ursa, but they do nothing against those raiding cavalry. The other thing which you can do, which we actually saw that's really powerful against Atlantean, it's also very powerful against Norse, is go into Wadgets. If you build like 3 or 4 Wadgets here, you can basically win any fight here against the Odin. But not happening. We do see that the units have fallen here. The Pharaoh getting healed back up by the priest. Now the unit's moving in. I don't think this is a good move here from Dragon. Generally speaking, the idea here for Odin against a classical fight of an Egyptian is just to get to the heroic age. It plays very similarly to playing against like an Athena rush. You want to pick off straggler units while the Egyptian player is pushing in. But with the added benefit of you don't have to quite care so much about your military buildings or your buildings in general because the units take so long to take them down. We do see a raid now onto these villages, but with Pygmalion's statue, they would have been picked off here, but they're just not going to die. They've just got so much HP. So much HP. You see the world's smallest forest fire getting cast down here. In order to pick up the granary, he does manage to pick up the granary. Value town from Dragon KR. Where does this dragon go from here is the question. He's just going to be looking for raids. Chrono still hasn't thrown down his armory, which does make me a little bit nervous because he's going for a second town center. Now, this, on the surface, doesn't look like a mistake. But when it comes down to it, this is allowing Dragon to get Heroic Age with no problems here. And that's going to be enough to defend against anything. And I don't think that Chrono's economy is going to be able to stop the Ragnarok that's going to be impending. And on a map like Marsh with all of the hunt, or even all of the pigs, it's really difficult to stop the Ragnarok coming. We'll see if he can manage to make it work. There's the armory coming. Still spamming villagers onto food. I think that ChronoJJ's got enough gold right now at 416. These pigs look awfully yummy. You pretty much only need to have something like 5 villagers on gold when you go for these classical fights. I see a lot of people overdoing it on gold when they go for the Egyptian classical fights. Now the dragon moving in. You do see that there is chronolations here for ChronoJJ. So these raiding cavalry, they fall very fast. We've already seen 2 dying here. Chrono just saying, yeah, I don't care. I'm happy to just sit here and let this this watchtower do all the damage. But it looks like Dragon's realized it and he's decided to deal with that watchtower. The villager runs in here. Oh, low HP villagers getting away. And the tower does get picked off, which means this gold mine's a little bit more scary to go to. But like I said, ChronoJJ doesn't need gold at this point. He needs food. And we are seeing the villagers over here have moved onto this gold mine. Problem here for ChronoJJ is he hasn't got any slingers out. And the natural progression for Dragon is throwing axemen. And you can see he's finally spotted the army here. You see the Skadi. Like I said, this is the tough situation now. What do you do in ChronoJJ's position here? You can't... Well, you got to go Nephthys because that forces the frost to be held. But even like that, it doesn't... I'm not sure it even works. Villagers do dump the food over here from the hippopotamus. Raiding cavalry running straight past the towers here, taking a lot of damage. Moving in, going to be attempting to pick off some of these villagers. They are going after these pigs. This is a lot of damage from the towers, though. You can't be running through enemy bases once Chronolations is being grabbed. Now we see the hill fort. We're going to see a second town center. And Dragon doesn't really need to do anything at this point. He just needs to get Mythic Age. Tyr or Balder doesn't matter at this point. Gives him enough value on the economy from Tyr to basically be in front. And not only that, the Norse economy is already gigantic enough that Egyptian economy just can't keep up, even with the earlier second town center from ChronoJJ. We'll see what he wants to do. I think the best play here from ChronoJJ would have been like a semi-fast mythic through Horus, just like last game, except from Classical Age. It's really, really strong. It's something that PD Pablo used to do back in like 2004 or 2005 on Nilla, and it works incredibly well. There's the Nephthys for ChronoJJ. He still has the option of getting to the Mythic Age here, but the question is, will he be able to beat Dragon there? One thing that ChronoJJ doesn't have to worry about is wood, so he can get to the next age fairly quickly. But we will see. What's this relic is picked up? Happily grabbing Dwarven Calipers. No second talents, no third talent center for ChronoJJ, no market, no upgrades. So it looks like he's building a Migdol stronghold. I don't like it. I don't like it, but he's doing it. 2 units moving forward now. Getting pushed back. Seeing the barracks is getting taken down here. Scorpion Man has come out here. What's going on? The barracks gets taken down. Hopefully no frost from Dragon as he's just going to clean up some buildings here. We do see that Funeral Rites has come forward for Mr. ChronoJJ. Very, very smart upgrade there. Does lose the 2 relics though. Pygmalion statue losing is it's not the worst at this point in the game, but it is what it is. I'm going to transition into Chariot Archers, Spearman it looks like. And there's the frost. I don't like it. You don't need to do this. Unless he's got Balder coming already. No Balder. Because there's no answer to Nephthys, to the ancestors. We do see that the town center does get taken down. One thing that this frost did do was it did freeze 5 or so villages, 8 villages, so that's a little bit of economic damage. Preemptive ancestors here I guess to defend his units, but this is not what you should do. You wait till the frost and then ancestors, because he wants to retreat anyways after the frost. I guess this keeps his units healthy. Sort of works. Now the priest has popped out. Needs to target down the frost giant. He does manage to do so. The Funeral Rites is going to take down this frost giant incredibly fast here. And now ChronoJJ, he's got a little bit of a problem here. He's got Huskell, he's got throwing axe, and he's got heavy infantry. But I think this throw from Dragon has given ChronoJJ an avenue here, but we see a third town center. Just go Horus. Go Horus! Because if you go Horus, then not only can you kill off the town center, but you also might luckily hit the barrel of the town center. Gives you a little bit of a chance there against to delay the Ragnarok. But getting this town center doesn't net you anything except for pain and misery. But War Elephant's coming out to tank the damage. I don't mind that. He's got a couple of axemen here. Sort of the way you need... Oh, he's trying to get 4 town centers. Greedy. The way you kind of fight these as Egyptian with the axemen is you try and get the axemen in the back here near the chariot arches in order to pick off these Huskal. If you don't have them on the... If you don't have the axemen on the Huskal actually just destroy you. And that's sort of what we're seeing here from Dragon, is the fight is just looking very, very difficult for ChronoJJ, who has to retreat here. Like we are saying, it's 121 population to 127 population. The priest retreating, trying to keep those alive. Scorpion men getting massed here wouldn't be a bad idea. There's no Jarls out, so the Scorpion men do a lot of damage. But Dragon has a lot of military units here. He's probably sitting popped here, so he's not building villages, which isn't a good thing. He needs to be getting more villages, otherwise this will be a really small rag. We are starting to see some watchtowers from ChronoJJ on this position. But what he needs to defend is gold mines. One thing you can do when you're expecting a Ragnarok is you send like a bunch of villages around the corner of the map and grab these, grab this gold mine here. We are seeing some side, some back builds here for Chrono. That town center going up for Dragon though. This is giving Dragon all the ammunition he needs here as well. I'm not sure if Dragon even needs to. Man, I don't even know. I would have thought that the ChronoJJ could have prevented this, but he's just not doing it. Obviously, a tornado works as well, doesn't it? Is he still building units? I hate this. Whenever you're full military, like full 30+ military like this, you can't select all your units. Getting a third town center, you stop military production. And make sure you replace the next 20 population or 15 population with villagers. Otherwise, you're just over-militarized. You're going to really struggle if you lose your army. But we'll see. Siege Workshop coming up for ChronoJJ. The market in the corner going up as well. It's an interesting market. Generally speaking, these corners go here and here, but ChronoJJ sees the top one and he's already controlled the bottom one. So I like this. This play here from Chrono. He hasn't spotted that this gold mine is being gathered, unfortunately. Oh, maybe he has. Setting his chariot archers up here. This could be nice. This ChronoJJ's economy is starting to look fairly decent here. See, copper weapons, bowsaw, quarry for ChronoJJ. Getting bowsaw in the heroic age. It hurts my brain. Fortified town centers coming through for Dragon. Bowsaw is one of those upgrades that does nothing. It's basically just like a husbandry for, or just a carry capacity upgrade for Egyptian players. Obviously, Carpenters is quite good, but Bowsaw does nothing. And that's something that ChronoJJ does know about. We have discussed it on many a stream. And why you want to save it for the Mythic Age is simply you get more value out of getting to the Mythic Age than getting Bowsaw Carpenters. It's 500 food and nearly 400 gold for both of those upgrades. ChronoJJ keeps getting caught out. This is a little bit of it's a really good army comp here from Dragon. But if I'm ChronoJJ, I'm just making Axemen here. Like making these Huskal instead of raiding cavalry forces out Axemen. Do you see that all these villages were picked off? So that's got to be nice there for ChronoJJ. See some raids coming down to the bottom. He's searching for some trade, but he's on the wrong side of the map. ChronoJJ has hit him with the old bait and switch. There's a wall here. There must be something behind it. There's nothing behind it. More elephant coming out now. We do see some walls coming up on this side. We see the throwing axemen getting picked off as they're trying to move into the back here. All these raiding cavalry still looking for something to do. There is a couple of villagers over here, but not going to be going for it. Looks like he's checking out the corner, trying to find the market. There is no market. And this Ragnarok that ChronoJJ has been forever defending against is just not coming. And these villagers here, he still doesn't have Winter Harvest. Such a strong upgrade. How many farms has he got? He's really not that many. Oh, he's got a bunch over here. He's got a lot of farms. But Winter Harvest is such a good upgrade. If you check it out for half a second here, where is the ox cart? I think it's 20%. Yep, 20% gather and dwarf food gather rate. Absolutely insane. Now, the siege towers coming in and we're trying to take down the hill fort. As ChronoJJ says, enough is enough. I am pushing. I am killing. And the hill fort doesn't fall just yet. Does fall to the heavy war, or to the war elephant. We're seeing these heavy raiders coming back in. It's never a bad idea to spam out barracks either, as we are seeing that's what ChronoJJ is doing. And Dragon has found his way into the gold situation here of ChronoJJ. And Chronos is lacking resource, or lacking population right now. And we are seeing a hill fort coming in, which cuts off all of this gold, plus the trade route here for ChronoJJ. Dragon has started his own trade route. He has a market over here, yet again, finding himself in a position where he does not have a good trade route because he hasn't controlled the corners of the map well. It's a really nice raid though from Dragon. ChronoJJ does have skin of the rhino, so he sort of can just turn around and fight this. He's probably over economized at this point as well, and he can just rebuild the units, no problems. And the villagers taking down the heavy throwing axemen. Doing all those things. The axemen hitting these guys as they are retreating back, and it looks like this has been thwarted for the time being. ChronoJJ has been bruised, but he's still very much in this game. And Bronze Shields is coming through for Dragon. Dragon's still with next to no food in the bank. That's just because he hasn't got Winter Harvest here. If he had Winter Harvest, that food would be gigantic. His economy would be huge. And we see the raiding cavalry coming over here. Getting picked off. Migdol Stronghold coming up as ChronoJJ is just spamming buildings everywhere. Which I love to see. Love to see it. I would much prefer to see like heavy infantry here as well, or heavy axemen, heavy spearmen coming out as some upgrades. Some priests coming through. Actually, as an aside, there might be some sort of it's probably wrong, but there might be some sort of argument that going Thoth at this stage of the game wouldn't be a bad idea, simply because the idea would be you're probably going to be able to defend the Ragnarok, but it's going to be able to do a lot of damage to you. So you can do a lot of damage with the Phoenix on the economy as it comes back up. So going for a later Thoth as the Ragnarok dwindles, or just before the Ragnarok hits, not a bad idea. You see the Frost Giants are out, the priests targeting them down, doing a lot of damage as ChronoJJ has managed to defend this. Throwing up walls. It's not even a bad idea at this point to just start throwing up chemo walls here and throw multiple layers of walls on these locations. It is a little bit lame, as the old folks say, but very, very strong. Siege towers making their way back in as the raiding cavalry are moving down to the bottom of the map here. Looks like the Migdol Stronghold is going up. Some villagers coming over here in order to prevent it, but it's a little bit too late as it has managed to get up at this point. And ChronoJJ's army coming back down this way. Still no resources in the bank. We see Tyr and we see Horus. Oh, juicy. I like this. This is going to be a juicy, juicy game. No all-in Ragnarok from Dragon and no Thoth abuse. The Horus, though, gives really, really strong axemen. And it's really hard for the Tyr player to set up. the late game of Norse, and this may be what's going to separate it. If ChronoJJ gets an Axe of Vengeance here, he may be able to just win. So Axe of Vengeance first. Obviously, Tornado this location is totally fine. Use it. Do it. Go. There it is, just before the tier comes down. Fimbulwinter, both players in the pain of life for the next 10 seconds or so, or 30 seconds for ChronoJJ. And do we see him? He's town belled. He's lost a couple of villages over here. The Fimbulwinter on this location. The Fimbulwinter on it's actually hit everywhere it needs to hit, but ChronoJJ has a lot of economy up the top of the map. Very, very smart of him. The town center has fallen. The hill fort fell as well. And we do see that all of these rhinos of set are coming. So another option for ChronoJJ here is to get Feral and make Rhinoceros of set. They cost 6 favor. They have 189 HP and 12 damage. I mean, yes, you want to get all the upgrades and stuff, but Rhinoceros of set are so much fun. Unfortunately, he built a siege tower here instead of catapult. Probably could have actually prevented the town center from going back up. But it does look like Dragon's going to be able to get this one back up as the siege tower is coming in. And ChronoJJ is going to have to think about what the better ideas are going to be here. Obviously already has the guard towers and everything else sorted. Doing fine and dandy at this point here. We do see the whatchamacallit, the Avenger coming in. This is such a brutal raiding unit, but it can be thwarted by the Frost Giants. We are seeing that that's sort of what's going on. But this Pharaoh damage against the Frost Giant. Absolutely disgusting here. And he does manage to just pick off the Frost Giant, sacrificing his own life to do so. There's Engineers for ChronoJJ. Super early Engineers. He loves this. Do we have Signal Flares? No Signal Flares for Dragon. It's one of those upgrades which, once you get into these parts of the game, you got to get it because it really highlights a lot of the map. Thank you so much for the 500 bits, Garrel Baskin. I hope you're doing very well. Appreciate that one, man. Now the catapult's coming in. Going to be able to hit this town center, taking it down. It's almost going down, actually, as no units are hitting it. Are we seeing Axemen being built? We are. We're even seeing greatest to the 50. That's an interesting one, because I don't think the Axemen have the Axe of Vengeance just yet. Greatest to the 50 doesn't help the Axemen out, and that's all he's building. Oh well. Now the priest's going to be defending. And they defend for ages. Do we have Winter Harvest yet? No! Dragon! Get Winter Harvest. Do we have flood control yet? Yes! ChronoJJ has learnt about economic upgrades through his years of playing this game and realizes how important they are. Unfortunately, he has yet to discover the upgrade Heavy Infantry, and it's really, really hurting him at this point. But more catapults coming in, able to continue hitting this location. There's actually quite a few of them. How's the upgrades? The population hitting here, it's sitting quite nicely. I mean, I was seeing Dragon trying to hit this top location. One big problem for Dragon right now is gold mines, as we see he's only got Ox Caravan, seeing a dock coming caravan. Oh, sorry, we're saying a dock coming here. Seeing the army coming up to this location, and he can't defend this gold mine and defend this town center at the same time. And it looks like ChronoJJ will be taking down this fortified town center. I don't see any avenue for Dragon to stop it at this point. He is turning. Wait, where's his army gone? Looks like he's coming back to his home base here in order to try and prevent this wall from coming up from ChronoJJ. And his middle of the map has been taken down. We'll see villagers making their way over there now. And Dragon says GG as he is tapping out. GG. Well played by ChronoJJ, managing to defeat the Odin on his home map of Marsh with the set. Very, very well played game here by ChronoJJ, managing to exploit the weaknesses of Dragon well enough, and Dragon not able to take advantage of those weaknesses that ChronoJJ was showing here. So GG, well played. And ChronoJJ, the first winner of the inaugural, is that the right word? I don't know. Old Man Showdown? the first winner. Congratulations. If you enjoyed these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.